Hello, my name is Simon Ahn, and I'm the founder and owner of Green Detroit Regional Center, a part of nationwide Green USA Regional Centers. The Green Detroit Regional Center is a USCIS approved regional center in 2010 that includes many counties in Michigan, primarily around Detroit metropolitan area. Green Detroit Regional Center, or GDRC, is dedicated to alternative energy projects, renewable energy systems, energy efficient technologies, hybrid transportation, and other related manufacturing technologies. All of our projects are dedicated to clean energy, clean water, and clean environment. We're also focused on creating manufacturing jobs in the U.S., which is currently favored by the EB-5 program. In addition to investing in clean technology companies, all of our EB-5 projects have three clear goals. 1. Approval of I-526 petitions. 2. Approval of I-829 removal of conditions. And 3. The potential return of investment and profit in 5 years or less. As I indicated earlier, GDRC is part of Green USA Regional Centers and has become a very successful USCIS approved regional center. We have 100% approval rate on all of our I-526 filings, with more than 54 approvals for investors from Korea, China, and India, and more than 40 green cards issued, with many more pending. Therefore, our business model is to attract EB-5 investments by offering foreign investors security and financial profit, plus the incentive of contributing to the betterment of the environment. When possible, we are seeking projects that have generated considerable federal and state government support. Not only am I a founder and owner of GDRC, I'm also an attorney with more than 23 years of experience in New York and Georgia, and familiar with U.S. immigration law. I'm an active member of AILA and have been for more than 20 years. During my 23 years as a lawyer, I have conducted more than 2,000 business and real estate transactions, gaining important insight as to what makes some businesses succeed while other businesses fail. I sit on the board of many corporations, including all EB-5 projects, to make sure that I protect the interests of all EB-5 investors. Another important partner of GDRC is our attorney Martin Lawler out of San Francisco, who is a California immigration law specialist with over 30 years of experience. He has written many books on immigration law and have filed more than 300 EB-5 cases with 99% success rate. He was recently featured on CNN as an expert on the EB-5 visa program. The capital structure of our projects is that a series of limited partnerships or limited liability companies will be formed to make at-risk capital investments. These entities will be called SMS1, SMS2, and SMS3, and etc., and will channel EB-5 capital into job-creating projects in the form of commercial business loans or direct equity investments in targeted employment areas. This is important to reduce the capital investment threshold from $1 million to $500,000. After forming a limited partnership or limited liability company, GDRC will raise capital by recruiting EB-5 investors to become a limited partner or member. The limited partnership or limited liability company will then channel the EB-5 capital to the job-creating entities. The investment project may also accept domestic capital from other sources and not depend on EB-5 capital. In fact, our projects are designed so that EB-5 capital is a small amount of the total project cost. As I indicated earlier, GDRC is actively engaged in screening of potential investors and all projects receiving EB5 capital investment. GDRC will also produce the documents necessary for USCIS to make sure investors' lawful source of funds are verified. Our economist who has prepared all of our economic reports for job creation is Michael Evans, who has more than 30 years of experience in writing these types of reports and successfully completed more than 200 reports that have been accepted by USCIS. GDRC's due diligence process has not changed since USCIS granted the Regional Center designation in 2010. This process continues to ensure that all potential EB5 investors' capital is from a lawful source and that investors have sufficient income and assets to comply with U.S. securities laws. In addition, as part of the Private Placement Memorandum, or what we refer to as PPM, each EB5 investor will be notified of the requirements of the Rule 506 Private Offerings Exemption to Regulation D in Section 4.2 of the Securities Act of 1933. Each investor must also complete a questionnaire designed to determine whether he or she qualifies as an accredited investor. This questionnaire is either provided separately or as part of the Commercial Enterprises Subscription Agreement. To briefly discuss the investment process, it is as follows. 1. Investors who express interest in investing in GDRC are identified as accredited investors under U.S. SEC rules. 2. The investor then signs the subscription agreement, partnership agreement, or operating agreement, and escrow agreement, if any, for the commercial enterprise, and deposits the capital, a processing fee, and an escrow fee. 3. The EB5 investor is given the document list and questionnaire and provides document regarding his or her source of capital. GDRC and the designated lawyer then performs their due diligence review to determine whether the investor's source of capital is lawful. 4. Ahn & Associates LLC, as the general partner of each limited partnership or limited liability company, countersigns the documents and the capital is released to the project or the job-creating entity. 5. If the case is escrowed, upon approval of the investor's I-526 petition, the investor's capital and the processing fee are released from escrow. GDRC will continue to apply the methods approved by USCIS to monitor its investments. We will regularly request and review financial, employment, and other documents as necessary to ensure that the projects properly use EB5 capital and to track the project's progress and job creation. GDRC will also require each project to produce regular reports documenting its progress and will review its capital accounts and balance sheets on a regular basis. It is important to note that we will send out reports to all of our current investors every 3 months concerning their investments in a form of quarterly newsletter. In addition, as an owner of GDRC, I'm continuously making site visits to the job-creating projects and discuss progress with the managements and the boards. To calculate, verify, and track the job creation, GDRC will require each project to produce the data necessary for an economist to forecast the number of indirect jobs that will be created. This data and the job creation forecast will be updated as needed for I-526, I-829, and I-9248 filings. At a very minimum, with respect to any direct employment jobs created, GDRC will require each of its projects to produce employment records, including W-2, E-Verify employment verification forms if available, and I-9 forms to ensure that at least 10 direct and indirect jobs are created per each EB5 investor. The allocation of jobs shall be on a first-come, first-served basis. I want to take this opportunity to thank you for your interest in GDRC projects. And here is Ron Vanderhoovel, who is the CEO of Greenbox, to talk about our Greenbox project in Detroit, which is one of the most exciting green projects I have seen. Thank you.